Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to stop playing this game so I could put together clips and try and make a review on it? Do you have any idea? This game is frigging addicting, more so than I remember as a kid. Every time I was like, okay, I'm just going to do one more. Or, oh, I unlocked the next level. Let me just get, some of these clips. Or let me just finish all these goals. Or let me do this challenge real quick. There's so much to do in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It is ridiculous. So let's talk about what happens when you first load up the game. It asks you if you want to do the tutorial. I don't care if you are a veteran THPS player, get in there and do the tutorial. Not only does it give you a good overview of the physics and gameplay mechanics, Tony Hawk talks to you the whole time, and after completing this fairly easy tutorial, he gifts you something at the end that you can only get by completing it. So get in there and get it done. Now let's talk about one of my favorite additions to this game from the originals, which are the challenges. The challenges breathes a new life and blood into the Tony Hawk games, baby. It does such a good job of keeping you engaged. There are character-specific challenges, there are game mode-specific challenges, there are overall challenges, there are more challenges in this game than there are goals in the story mode. So there's a lot of new stuff to do, even if you played the old and original games. And by completing these, you get things from profile XP, in-game currency, to gear for your skaters, and more. So get in there, check them out. You can look at them in the options menu under challenges, and you can look and browse and actually track certain ones that you want to do. Now let's talk about the skaters. Not only do you have all the classic skaters from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, like Bucky Lasek, Kareem Campbell, Bob Burnquist, Rodney Mullen, Chad Muska. You've got all of these new skaters as well. So it's really cool to see the old skaters with the new skaters. A lot of guys and a lot of girls. Just a big variety of pros that you can choose from. And if none of them are to your liking, then you can go in there and create your own skater. This feature has been vastly improved from the originals. I was able to create a skater that looked pretty much just like me, wearing either clothes that I used to have or have now, which I thought was really cool. But it is somewhat limiting. There are only templates that you can choose from for the faces, and then there's a couple of facial hairs, there's a couple of hairstyles, and you can choose the colors of those, eye color. You can even choose your voice. There's makeup, there's tattoos, there's just a lot to be able to choose from. So I'm kind of hoping my second character is going to be a Mortal Kombat character. So that'll have to be for a later video, and we'll see which MK character I create for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. But I am looking forward to it. One of my all-time favorite modes in any game ever is create a park. I used to create so many when I was younger, and me and my friends, we would sit there and play my created parks, and it just felt so friggin' cool. I'm a huge fan of customizations in that fashion. So let me just tell you, when you start off in the game, you have a whole bunch of stuff that you can use to create your park and create a park. But there's even more that you can unlock by playing the game or going into the skate shop and purchasing more objects that you can use in your Create a Park. So it's actually worth it to kind of go and play the game a little bit and then hop into Create a Park and start customizing some of your stuff. Now, it did seem a little limited to me because it seemed like one environment that you're able to create a park in, which is a huge area, but it looks like a beachfront, and I couldn't figure out how to change the environment to be any different than that. I hope that's maybe something I just missed, or something that they plan on adding in the future, or different environments or biomes or however else you want to go about calling it. But you can upload your created parks online. You can play with your friends in your created parks. People can vote on your created parks to see, yours rise to the top of the highlighted ones. It's super cool. Some of those created parks don't even look like they could have been made in Create a Park. Now let's talk about the skate shop. Now, as far as I can tell, there is no microtransactions in THPS 1 and 2. You purchase everything with in-game currency, and there's no way just to right and buy the in-game currency. You have to play the game, which I love. But you can get apparel, you can get logos to put on apparel, you can get decks, you can get wheels. You can't get trucks or bushings, which kind of stinks. There's also like a spotlight section, so I think like what's hot or what's new, so I think they're going to be adding things over time, which is going to be really cool, but not as cool as no microtransactions. Now don't forget there's also the items that you can purchase for create a park in there that are definitely worth a look, and things are roughly between 50 to 100 in-game dollars, which is easy to come by. Now let's talk about the main selling point to this game for me, which was couch co-op, aka split screen, baby. There was nothing like playing tag or horse or graffiti and your friends right next to you on the couch getting mad because you're friggin' graffitiing, tagging the entire friggin' park and they're working on one ramp. It's just so much fun. So I went ahead and tested it, and since I had nobody else with me right now during this quarantine season, I tested it myself by just having the second player wander aimlessly as I went around and skated as player one. And unfortunately, it did feel like to me that something was off. I don't know if it was a drop in frames, if it was a drop in graphics, or maybe somehow the smaller screen or two skaters going by a window and it's just flashing colors. I don't know what it was, but it was mildly nauseating as I was playing it. There was something definitely different about playing split screen than there was about playing single player. Now the game literally just came out today, so I'm pretty sure they are going to be doing some tweaks and adjustments to fix any of those kind of issues, but for me right now split screen isn't where I'd like it to be. But as far as single player goes, the gameplay is so smooth. It feels new but old. It's hard to describe. It honestly, like if you played the old games, you're going to pick it up easy. And if you haven't ever played one of the games before, you should still be able to pick it up pretty easily. This game is really well done. Vicarious Visions, Tony Hawk, somehow Jack Black, y'all have done an amazing job with this game. I look forward to what's to come in the future. There's talks about redoing Thug 1 and Thug 2, which I would love to play those, but for now I hope that they add more to this game and just keep the life of this game as long as possible. I want the shelf life of this game to last for at least 2 years. I would love that. Anyway, I'm Shuby. I'm primarily a Mortal Kombat channel, but I love Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and I just got this game. I would love to do a lot of content for this, so if you like the video, you want to see more Tony Hawk content, then please leave a like on it, and maybe subscribe or just comment. So, yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts, how y'all feel about this game. It is only $40. I got the $50 version so I can get the extra content stuff. But a $40 game, and you can do all of this, and it's so well done, you can't beat it. Like, yeah, okay, you can play Fall Guys or whatever, but this isn't Fall Guys, man. There's so much to do in this. There's so much nostalgia, so much new stuff for new players. I'm loving it. Anyway, I'm Shuby. Thank you for watching. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I got to get back to skating.